Let me be very clear. I'll never give up. Never.
So I had this idea in mind to get a locked on POV angle of my helmet. I went out to test it, posted it to Instagram, and surprisingly it did very well, and one of my best performing videos on Instagram. And a lot of people were commenting asking how I got this shot. So today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I got this shot and many other creative shot ideas with the help from Teleson. Teleson sent out a care package of products for me to test out. So I'm going to go through the best creative shots to get with each one, and throughout the video, I'm going to spill some of my secrets to getting more cinematic, professional looking shots instead of it looking so generic and boring. So to start it off, I'm sure you are all very familiar with this shot. It is the third person video game motorcycle kind of shot. And for this one, we're going to be using the 3-meter long pole that Teleson sent and actually replacing the old setup that I had on the bike. So I had the 115 centimeter invisible selfie stick from Insta360 to get this shot on my bike. And when extended as far as it can go with a camera on the end, it is very wobbly, as you can see here. So I'm thinking to replace this one with the 3-meter pole and only extend it just as far. Because the 3-meter pole is thicker, I feel as though it's not going to wobble around as much when not extended all the way out to 3 meters. Just looking at the setup now, it is nowhere near as low key as the old invisible stick right here. This is all the way packed down and it still sticks out past the number plate and bike, so nowhere near as low key, but that's the sacrifice we're going to make for a better shot.
Alright, let's go test this out, go for a bit of a cruise. We're going to cruise through the national park, go through some twisties, do some turns, and yeah, test out this 3-meter pole. Not extended all the way to 3 meters, but just a bit further than the original pole. Because it's thicker, I feel like it's not going to wobble around as much. The national park and just any twisties in general isn't the most smooth ride though. There's a lot of bumps through here, so it probably is still going to shake around a lot, but hopefully because it's thicker, it should minimize it compared to what the other one would do. Oh, hello bird. I forgot to change down gears. Oh, big bump there. Is it still on? Oh, we're good. It looks like it's shaking around a lot, but I still feel like it's less than the other one would be. For the first tip slash trick and secret that I have to make this footage look more professional, make the footage look better, it's so simple, it's so easy. All you have to do is just switch stabilization off. Just turn it off. But in my opinion, that looks better. It adds to the shot. It makes it look more intense, like we're actually in an action movie flying through the twisties. And when you have stabilization off, the angle actually leans with you, if you can see what I mean. The angle is leaning with me instead of when having stabilization on, the camera stays horizon locked and you kind of just turn, which is a cool effect. It does look good, but in my opinion, I like having that look where it's leaning with me. When you have stabilization on and the stick is wobbling around, everything around you is stable, but you are just bouncing around in the center of the frame, and to me that looks weird. And motion blur, that's another thing. You can add motion blur to make it look even faster and crazy, because you can't add ND filters to these 360 cameras. And another huge but simple benefit when having stabilization turned off is you set the frame and you leave it. It's locked on to where you want it to be the entire video. When you have stabilization on, it's set on you, but when you turn a corner, you either have to do tracking or set keyframes. But when you come up to this corner, unless you set keyframes or do tracking throughout the whole video, the camera's going to stay locked on to over there, which is just a lot more work when editing. But of course, there are many situations to have stabilization on, and honestly, if you watch footage like this with stabilization off for too long, it can get a bit jarring, so use it respectively. I think, right? Oh my god, that was a miniature snake. Or am I tripping? Was that a miniature snake or am I tripping? I'm sorry, I need to go see. I'm intrigued. Where is it? Where is it? That is a snake. Oh my gosh. What is that? What snake is that? The smallest ones are the most deadly, I'm pretty sure. So, see ya. Ooh. Nice.
Next up on the list, I'm actually using it right now. It's a little multifunctional tripod. You can use this thing obviously as a tripod, a selfie stick, or you can even set it up to work as a camera rig to get nice cinematic shots. But I know it probably seems really obvious, but honestly, tripods are really underrated. And recently I picked up this little mini travel tripod to use for my actual big camera for my videos. And ever since then, I've been getting such nice cinematic shots, more worrying about the composition of the shot instead of how stable the shot is and the kind of movement I'm doing in the shot. So obviously most of you won't have a big cinematic camera like I do here, but just getting a tool like this that you can use for your action camera that you already have, practicing with that, you're definitely, whoa, it's a bee. All I'm trying to say is a tripod definitely goes a long way, and this isn't just a tripod. It's also a long selfie stick and also set up to be somewhat of a gimbal camera rig system. It's sick, and personally, I think it is essential. It's tiny, packs away in your bag. So yeah, I'll be carrying this around with me everywhere. Next up on the list is this magnetic neck mount. Quick and easily snap that on. Grab this magnetic piece, lock it in place. You can use any action camera, GoPro, Ace Pro, 1X2. When you're done, just twist it and pull it out, and that's it. It's quite windy right now, so I'm not sure if you're able to hear me, but this magnetic neck mount is so low key, easy to set up to just get those behind the scenes kind of shots while you're doing a photo shoot or behind the scenes of a video shoot, something like that, without having to wear like a full-on chest strap, because one, a chest strap is a pain to get on and you just look a bit crazy. This setup takes less than 2 seconds to put on, and it's so much more comfortable. I've only got the 24mm with me right now, so these shots are quite wide. Still look pretty sick. Get a landscape, get in the thirds over there. Boom. That's pretty nice. Nice and low. That's pretty nice. But yeah, this neck mount definitely makes it so much easier getting the behind the scenes, the simple behind the scenes shots and stuff like that, especially for my videos, because I do a lot of that stuff. You can even do some moto vlogging with it. Oh yeah, how's the angle look? I'm gonna crop into 35mm. We lose half the quality, but the focal length is a bit nicer. That's a pretty nice shot, actually. And now how I got that locked on helmet POV shot is with this setup right here. Just with this little metal piece from Teleson and a bunch of other little screws, just mounted to my chin mount that I usually use for my GoPro or Ace Pro, and it holds up fine, it hasn't fallen off on me. So if you screw in a normal GoPro screw up here, the Insta360 lens is gonna pick up on that and basically show it in the video, as you can see here. So what I've done is just got one of these screws, the smallest one I can find, got a little hammer and knocked the screw out of the plastic piece. It's just a low-key screw without the big screwy bit on it. You are gonna need a screwdriver to screw it down. And as you can see, the footage looks sick coming out of this setup. Quick and easy tip to get that locked on look. It's not any tracking or keyframing. It's simply, just like before, turning stabilization off. Just complete turning it off, setting up the frame, and you're good to go. Add some motion blur. I'm actually really happy with how that shot ended up turning out and super grateful how well it did on Instagram and stuff like that. So massive thank you to Teleson for sending out these products to use. If you guys want to try out any of these products, you can click the top link in the description and use my code J to save a bit of money. And that's it for this one, guys. If you learned anything new in this video, please let me know in the comments down below and leave a like on this video. It really helps out so much. And if you want to watch more of my content, click here and I'll see you guys over there.